We are back, but looks like it's gonna storm, and I have no hood and a gauge sticking through the window. So not sure how much driving I'm gonna be able to do, but I made some more tune changes. I think my injector latency values were still a little off, so I'm trying to get those figured out. Because there shouldn't be such a discrepancy between idle area and a driving area on the fuel map. What I mean by that is my fuel table, what it looked like. Well, I'll just show you. Okay, so here was what my fuel table looked like. You see how idle area is this top left corner. This one is volumetric flow, which typically goes up as load goes up to an extent. And then this axis on the left here is your RPM. So top left is low load, low RPM idle area. And there it was dialed. However, as soon as I got into any load, I had to add about 20% fuel. That's about 120 right there. So that's compensating about 20% more fuel. And it made for some weird hiccups when I was just free revving and stuff. I think it had to do with this. So this, if you're typically if your fueling is fine in idle, or let's say your fueling is really rich in idle, but then as soon as you start driving, it's fine, or vice versa. If it's really lean at idle, but as soon as you start driving, it's fine. That's typically pointing to an injector latency issue, at least from what I've learned from this tuning course I did. So for uprev specifically, I'm not sure if that applies in general. I'm sure it does. But so what I instead did is I flattened out. In this new map I made, I flattened out my fuel comp table to be 100 again, so no compensation. And then here in injector latency, basically I'm gonna start playing with this value here at 14 volts, that top value. I'm not gonna change the slope, which is the MSEC change per volt. I'm just gonna start with changing the latency at 14 volts and see what that's doing. Theoretically, I raise it. If I'm just sitting at idle and I raise the latency, the ECU is gonna command more fuel because it thinks there's more latency in the injector, basically. So it needs more fuel for the same amount of fuel, if that makes sense. A better way to explain it is the ECU will command the injector to be open longer, a larger pulse width for the same amount of fuel. So if I'm idling there and I am raising the latency, it will richen the mixture. So if I lower the latency, it will effectively lean out the mixture. So I'm gonna mess with this and see what happens. All right, so I just played with this thing for about an hour and was messing with solely the injector latency, and I think I've got it better. I lowered it a bunch from 0.79 to 0.46. So at that point, the idle area is kind of happy. It's still misfiring a lot at idle. I'm not sure if that's for other reasons. I could have fouled the spark plugs, so they're struggling to maintain spark. I'm not sure, but yeah, other than that, I'm about to go take it out for a drive and see what happens now that I've messed with the fuel table so much. I want to see what it's doing now under some load. Okay, so I just checked the oil, we're good there, topped off the coolant. I zip tied all these vacuum lines going to the boost gauge, the fuel pressure regulator, the clamps that Z1 sent with them did not work. They were the wrong size. And if one of those lines pops off, your engine can go boom because you will lean out a lot if the line pops off and your fuel pressure regulator loses boost reference. And then of course the other vacuum line that's really important is the line from the turbo to the wastegate. So the wastegate opens. So I need to double check that line real quick. But yeah, looking good. I think I'm gonna load up this tune and see what happens, and really wanna do some full throttle stuff today. Let's see. Alrighty. Okay, let's see what we got here. That little second gear pull I did. Let's see what's going on. Alrighty, target is 0.9. Okay, pretty lean across the board. Very lean, very, very lean. So I thought I fixed that. 0.84 divided by 1. Okay, so I need to increase fueling by about like 15% across the board, and then I'll have to figure out the idle area again. Okay, let me make some adjustments. Made an adjustment, scaled the whole MAF table by 10%, or 1.1, so I added 10% more fuel everywhere. Idle probably won't like that much, but I just want to make sure I'm getting good in the load areas. So this is where we went. No knock, which is good. Up to about 7. Okay, all that checks out. Spot on target there. Just a hair rich, but pretty spot on up here. Very lean down here. Okay, let me get into actual boost. God, something's up with this clutch, bro. I heard turbo. I changed like injector latency settings to try to fix like the discrepancy. But idle was at like no compensation last time I was here, but then like everything else had like 120%, and I figured out that might be injector latency, so I messed with that to try to fix that. I think that's like okay now. So now I'm just trying to get back to like just feeling good. Like this is the pull I just did, and it's looking pretty good. All right, let's see what this does. Let's go hit it again. You got that shit on though. Let's do it. Cool. That was 5 pounds, baby. Yeah. Yeah, boy. Yeah, it's about 10 base fuel. Okay, so I need to raise the base fuel by a good bit. Cool, cool. No knock. AFRs are little lean. They're good. Oh, they get real lean. 48 and up. Yeah. Okay, way too lean at 48. So keep it at 106, maybe. After 4800, it starts to get rich. So let's go. But before 4800, it's a bit lean. Oh, at 5 psi, I'm already getting up to 10. So I need to make this like, so this goes to 12. This needs to go to like 15 or 16 probably. Let's do 16. Let's get some more resolution. And let's do the same thing here. Let's make this 16. Let's flash this. It gets stuck like this sometimes, which is not cool. Okay, I think that time we got to like 6 or 7. That might have been wastegate. I'm not sure. Hard to tell with this open down pipe, bruh. Cool, fueling looks good there. I'm gonna mess with timing a bit. Okay, I saw about 11.3 max space fuel schedule there. And at that point, my fuel was very rich. Okay, so it starts getting rich at 4750 and up. So 4800 and up, I need to take out some fuel. So about 10% I need to take out. So let me just take out the 107. I don't need that. But what is this one row of 107? Okay, that's pretty good. Let's add some timing. I mean, I didn't have knock, right? Yeah. Simplified timing, map 1. Timing was at 0, 6, 5, 0 by like 9. All right, let's save this. I'm about to reflash it, but then I can, you need help with something? Yeah. Yeah, I'll hop out. Dude, I hit like 6 or 7 pounds. Oh shit. How did that feel? It was loud. But it was sick. Yeah, I heard it. Yeah. I can't tell if wastegate is opening or if it's just the open down pipe that loud. I don't know. I hope wastegate's doing its job. Yeah. I think it is, because I stayed in it at like that, like 5 or 6. I think that was wastegate being open, because it would have kept climbing. God. You're locked in. No AC, no wind, nothing. My fuel table is like retarded right now, but it like kind of works. You are tuna. When I tell you when, can you just hit the red button, and then like after I do the pull, just hit it again to stop it?
Can't wait to feel this fucking Hiroshima Nagasaki.
Hey, it's a Garrett, bro.
Garrett made in America?
No, well I don't know.
Made in China?
But it's not an eBay Ching Chong Nagasaki bomb.
I was just talking about Japan.
Oh, that's fair. The clutch feels like it engages way too close to the floor. Yeah. Like I can barely get it in gear. Yeah, I gotta fix that.
Oh fuck. I accidentally clicked it.
That's fine, you can stop it and then clear. Send it.
Holy shit.
Did you stop it?
Yeah,
that's fine. Okay, bet.
That feels good.
That's wastegate.
Yeah.
That's gotta be wastegate.
Oh yeah.
Could you do file save? And you should see like a bunch of like pools when you go to save it. Just do like, you see like 5 PSI and 6 PSI.
Yeah.
Just click that to like do the same name, and then make the name like 6 PSI 2. All right, and then can you go to this app, the Mega Log Viewer, and then do Control O. And just open that one that you just saved. I want to make sure fueling's all good, and then I'm gonna do it like 12 more times because that was awesome. There's some lag, but it was kind of cool to feel it. Yeah. But I'll add ignition timing, and it'll help a lot with the lag. Yeah, feeling's fine. Cool. Say less. And it's like revving now. Like there's a little bit of a miss, but it's down low. Like before, I couldn't really like quickly rev it like that.
Yeah, it does sound way more like crispy, kind of.
It still misses at idle. It's weird. It's like intermittent.
Yeah,
I know you know how that feels. I'm gonna try 3rd gear this time. Oh god, that was terrible. And go for it. It seems like that's the wastegate's doing its job because it was holding like right above 5, so that's exactly where it's a 7 psi spring, so it should be. Can you save that one? Just do 3rd wastegate. Super rich. I'd rather that than, but no knock.
Then how do you adjust that? Because then let's say you get the load perfect for like the 2nd gear pull.
I don't know, but I'm gonna add timing. It's not showing any knock yet, so we're adding some. Okay, we added like 2 degrees. Actually, we added a lot more than 2 degrees. But I think we're chilling.
How many do you have now? 5?
It's like 5 to 10, yeah. 5 to like 8. Can't wait to be one of the loud cars at Linear. Boosted VQs just have such like an angry sound. It's like so unique. It's weird. But I fuck with it. The decel,
I personally like the decel for some
oh my god.
That's amazing.
It actually feels, it's starting to feel fast.
Yeah.
Like, it's not slow anymore.
No,
I wasn't full throttle either. I think the next step is full throttle.
When it starts to build up boost, it's like, and then the shift to 3rd feels so aggressive too, because like you already have like a decent amount of torque in it in the power range, and it just like, and then it just goes back to 3rd.
I can't even see where, oh, that's where I shifted. All the way over there. I gotta just zoom out. I'm gonna be safe and take away like a little bit of timing, because it's a little more than I thought I put. But I'm going full throttle.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, that shit sounds sick.
We're holding boost. Wastegate's opening. Let's go. Intake air's only at 100. That's good. God, I hate this idle so much. It's pissing me off.
Yeah.
Okay, bet. Like fueling's like kind of like, it's not dialed in, but when it's wrong, it's rich. So it's not a big deal. But ignition timing, I might be able to add some. There's no knock count yet, which is huge.
Is your limit for that?
Knock count?
Yeah.
Oh wait, I need to be doing knock strength. So with E85, like I probably won't be knock limited. I'll hit max power before I hit knock, if that makes sense. So you keep adding timing, and ideally you're on a dyno holding it at an RPM. You add timing until the power tapers off, and then you come back. And like you do it like right before it starts to taper off. That's like max. But on pump gas, like you add timing and then you'll start to hear knock, or the sensor will hear knock before you hit max power. All right, I'm just gonna drive it a bit now. I think we're chilling. Or I could do a higher RPM one. I mean, everything checked out. How high did my RPM go? Could you click the cursor, like see the RPM go climbing up, like click, and then use the arrow to get to the peak? Or yeah, that works. 62-ish?
That's what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah, the max at it, yeah, 6270.
Oh, that's the max. Bet.
Yeah.
So I'll just go to 65 and we'll do one more. So that decel noise only when I'm like higher in the RPM, I guess.
Damn.
All right, I'll do 2nd gear full throttle till 60, like 5.
Yep.
Hell yeah, we're spot on. I can add a lot more timing too.
Yeah,
This thing's gonna boogie, bro.
Yeah, thing's gonna be fast. Wow.
All right, I'm just gonna, we don't need to log anymore. I'm getting a little carried away.
Yeah.
Holy shit! And it doesn't hurt my ears. It's just like loud as fuck and rowdy, but it's not like painful.
I have to put the exhaust on it though.
Dude. Yeah, because then it's like, it'll be such a more violent transition from just exhaust to wastegate.
Yeah.
Oh man, good car. This thing sounds nuts. Bet. Yes. First wide open throttle pulls were a great success. It worked. It held about 6-7 PSI, which is exactly what I wanted. And now I can just continue to dial in fueling and add some spark timing. And I already did that a bit, and it feels great. So I can't wait to add more and see what this thing is capable of. But everything went well. I've got the car back up on jack stands because next step is to finish the exhaust. Got to knock that out so I can take this thing home, wire in all the gauges properly, do all that stuff. So, but first wide open throttle pull was amazing. The wastegate sounds angry as hell. Stoked with how it sounds. Yeah, great success. I'm exhausted. I'm gonna go home now. Thank you so much for watching.